Hey everyone, this is Andy with the Immortal Guitarist, and welcome back to this short series of videos where we're taking a look at the real basics of music theory. So this is the third video in the series. The first one said, do I actually need to bother? And the second one said, you do get that music theory is kind of made up and based on just a little tiny bit of science. This time out, we're actually going to start delving into proper music theory that's really useful to you. And because I'm not getting a lot of time to make sort of big chewy videos, I'm going to break it into tiny little bite-sized pieces. And this one is going to be just about notes. Now, how on earth do you make a video that's more than 30 seconds about notes? Well, first of all, we're going to say that the note system that we're looking at is a thing called 12-tet system. And that is a 12-tone equal temperament system, which is what we use in most Western music. So if you are listening to and playing rock, pop, jazz, country, bluegrass, folk, metal, most classical music, it's what you're going to be using. You don't need to worry about it, just be aware of it, because you will at some point come across a different system or something with different note names, or something where you've got notes that you just don't hear in your playing and you'll wonder where it's come from. It just comes from another music system. There are several of them out there, but this is what we use most of the time in contemporary Western music. Right, the notes that we have got names. And again, depending on system, the names varies, but we use A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on and so on. And the distance between an A and the next A, or a B and the next B, or a C and the next C is called an octave. And that is simply one of those. That's an A to one of those. That is an octave. And if you think about that name, octave, oct means 8, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's 7 notes. So the 8th note, the repeat note, is the A again. Right, where do the notes come from? What says that an A is an A and a B is a B? Standard convention, that's all there is to it. Over the years, the decades and the centuries, the actual tunings of notes has varied. At this point in time, the most common tuning, what's called concert pitch, is defined as being where the A above middle C is pitched at 440 hertz. So that is one of those is 440 hertz, and everything else is then calculated out as a sort of a fraction or a proportion of that frequency. So you get an A at 440, then you get the next octave down is an A at 220, an A at 110, an A at 55, and going up you get 440, 880, and so on and so on. So we've got those notes, they're laid out on the neck, but there's something that kind of glares out quite obviously, and that is that if that's an A, and that's an A, and if we've got 8 notes to the repeat, so A to A is 8 notes, why on earth have I got 12 frets? And the answer is that we've got these things that, of course, you all know. We've got sharps and flats. Now, sharps and flats are funny old things, and they do appear to be kind of a bit randomly distributed. So here's the simple rule. You get sharp or flat in between every pair of notes except B, C, and except E, F. And if you're a guitar player, that seems to do little other than make life complicated. But if you play keyboards or pianos, it makes life an awful lot easier, because those are the notes where you get 2 white keys together, no black key in between them. You can see that we've got those white notes next to each other there and there. So that gives us a B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, with the sharps and flats on the black notes. And just a reference, that is middle C. So C, D, E, F, G, A. That's the A equals 440 note. Okay. And it's an awful lot easier to look at a piano and understand exactly where you are when you don't just have white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black across the entire sort of several octave keyboard. No such luck for us on guitar though, so we're just going to have to learn these things. So remembering what's said, that you've got a sharp or flat in between every pair of notes, every adjacent pair of notes other than B, C and E, F. So what it does is it goes like this. If that's an A and that's a B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So the unloved note here between an A and a B can be called either A sharp or B flat, and we call that enharmonic. And for our purposes, it is the same note. It's 2 different names for the same note. Now, again, in non-12 text systems, that's not always true, but for most of us, most of the time, A sharp is the same as B flat. So just to do the boring run up, you go A sharp or B flat, B, C, because you've got no sharps or flats there, remember. Then you get C sharp, D flat, D, D sharp, E flat, E, F, no sharp, E to F, no sharps or flats there, F, F sharp, G flat, G, G sharp, A flat, A, and then it repeats, and so on and so forth. And that's it. That is all of music note theory that I think we need to know to get on with this guitar playing thing. If you pop over to my website, there's a link below. Sign up for the newsletter there, and I will happily send you out a sheet which has got all the notes on the guitar neck to make that nice and easy for you. So I hope that's of some use. I am Andy, this is the Mortal Guitarist. Hit subscribe if you haven't, so that you sort of pick up the rest of this set. And please, please leave a comment below or pop over to my Facebook music page. Leave a note on there. I can't imagine that this is too complicated for anyone, but is it too simple? Is it covering stuff that's actually useful? Is it absolutely no use to you whatsoever? Should we be moving quicker? Let me know what puzzles you and what you would actually like to see me cover. Okay, take care, be good, see you next time out.